well and see me well. Let me see now. So just making sure everything's getting lined up. I am able to share my screen with you so we can see all those wonderful slideshow images. And as you know, if you are here live, you can click on the left side and it should pop out a number of options, one of them being Q&A. You can click on the Q&A and that will bring you to a place where you can ask questions. And I'm going to begin the webinar by sharing all my slides with you, and this is basically everything from my post on sedative essential oils, and then when I'm finished at the end, then I can take your questions. So welcome to the Using Essential Oils Safely weekly class on essential oils. Thank you to everyone who is joining live right now, and I appreciate all the replay viewers as well. This will be on YouTube when this is finished for all of those who could not make it at noon. So I'm Leah Harris, certified clinical aromatherapist and founder of UsingEosSafely.com, and I am here on Wednesdays. This is probably going to be the last Wednesday I'll be here on Google Plus, because we are going to be swapping from a Sunday Blab format to a Sunday Google Plus format. So if you haven't subscribed to my Google Plus account, you can do that. There should be a place on the left-hand side. If you click on what looks like the luggage tags, it's actually a showcase, and you can click on there, and it automatically has there a link to my YouTube channel and also my Google Plus page. So be sure to follow me. We're going to be here Sundays at 7:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to be doing the live classes from here on out on Google Plus. So these classes are for anyone interested in learning more about essential oils, whether you're a beginner or you're a longtime user alike. And these are pretty much just crash courses, little mini crash courses on essential oils. Last week we were doing sandalwood, and that was really exciting. And this week our focus is on sedative essential oils. And I will be sharing 2 of my family safe recipes that you can use with the whole family. It's really exciting, and they work really super well. I have been having a few comments, and I'll be sharing some of those from people in our Facebook group who have been using these already and have had really good success with it. So this week we are learning about sedative essential oils, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you so that we can walk through together. Okay, so here we go. You can find, this is a link where you can find all of the information that I'm going over with you right now. You can go to usingeossafely.com/sedative-eos, and that's where you can find all of the information. So first we want to define what is a sedative. And most of these therapeutic properties that I will be going over with you guys and sharing blends for, we probably know what these all mean, but just to clarify, a sedative, it is more than just soothing and calming. It goes a little bit deeper than that, and it encourages sleep, it can alleviate insomnia, and it can make those eyelids heavy. It really can help you with your sleep habits. Now, the best choice for sedative essential oils I have listed here at the top. These top 4 are going to be your best choices for making your own blends if you choose to make your own and not go with the blends that I have given you. Amyris, which is Western Indian sandalwood or West Indian sandalwood. Cedarwood, and then we have sandalwood and vetiver. Those are heavy base oils, and those will be your best choices to use in your blends. Also good options are coriander, sweet marjoram, sweet orange, and vanilla, and even more options for you I have listed on the bottom here. That means if you have maybe just one of these best choices, maybe you don't have any of these, but you have a few of these, that's okay. You can go ahead and use those. I do not want to limit you by saying these are the only 4 you can use. Fortunately, with essential oils, there are plenty of options for all of us. You know, what we like the aroma of these lists. If you don't like vetiver at all, skip it. If you really love marjoram, add it. You know, we can go by what we like as far as the smells go. That really is our body speaking to us and telling us what is good for us. Now, this is my first blend that I have to share with you, and this is one that I call Sandman. And this is to make a master blend. With this master blend, and then I have a second recipe for you in a minute, then we can go ahead and use this to make all of the recipes that I will be sharing with you. So I like to make master blends up in the 5 ml bottles. And if you have a 10 ml bottle that you would like to use instead, that is fine, just double the recipe. So to a 5 ml bottle, I'm suggesting that you add 40 drops of cedarwood, my preference is Atlas, 30 drops of sandalwood, I prefer Australian, and then 15 drops each of vanilla and vetiver. And this is my Sandman recipe. Very good, very, very effective. My second recipe that I have for you is called Heavy Eyelids, and this is adding to the same bottle, a 5 ml size bottle. You can use bigger bottles if you like. If you're not sure about it, please go ahead and make a smaller batch, because then it's easy if you want to use this as a base to add maybe other essential oils that you do prefer. Then if you have a 10 ml bottle and you add this to it, you'll have lots of room and you can do it that way. But I really suggest that you start with a 5 ml and go from there. And this blend is 30 drops coriander, 30 drops tangerine, of course you can use orange or mandarin, 25 drops vanilla, and 15 drops of sandalwood. My preference is for Australian sandalwood. Now, surprisingly, when I made this blend, like I make all my blends, I want it to be therapeutic. That is my #1 goal. So I go through all the essential oils and I'm picking out all the ones that are sedative. I try to add at least one or more of the ones that are really, really great sedatives. And that's what I go by. The aroma is something secondary to me. I prefer that therapeutic is #1, as well as, it be safe for the whole family. But I was pleasantly surprised to discover that this smells just like creamsicle. Just like creamsicle. I know you wouldn't know it by looking at it with all that coriander and the addition of sandalwood, but it does. It smells so delicious. The next slide I have to share with you is the safety slide, and this shows you the Sandman Master Blend, the Heavy Eyelids Master Blend. It shows you the safety of those 2 recipes that I've given you. Both blends are safe for use during pregnancy and breastfeeding. Both blends are safe to use with your children. Sandman, I suggest you avoid around dogs due to the cedarwood, but Heavy Eyelids is one that you can use around your dogs. And this just means, you can use a linen spray and spritz it on your pillow, and that's fine. But if you're diffusing in a room, if your room is just being full of this aroma, your dog is probably not, it's not recommended your dog stay in that room with you. If you use this in a lotion and you want to pet your dog, fine, that's totally fine. Like any other essential oils, I do not suggest they be used around cats. And if you want to know why, you can go to usingeossafely.com/safecats, and you can read my opinion on why I do not recommend using essential oils with cats. And, there's all the information there for you to make your own decision. There's other options that are safe for everyone, including dogs, and those are the ones I'm listing right here on the bottom. All of those are also safe for dogs. Next, we have using this blend, either blend actually, or one that you might create on your own in a personal inhaler. You can also add this to your diffuser, and this is a really great way to inhale. Inhaling these essential oils are going to be the best way for you to use sedative essential oils. Topical use is not going to be as effective for you. So you can use a personal inhaler, you can, have it with you as you're getting ready for bed or as you're laying in bed. You can sort of breathe it as you're falling asleep. You can diffuse it. But just so you know, the difference between using a personal inhaler and a diffuser, there is a difference. Diffusing is more of an ambient thing where, yeah, you can smell the aroma, but if you're having, more serious sleep issues, then the personal inhaler is going to be most effective for you. You're adding 15 drops to that personal inhaler, and you're able to really have that concentration right next to your nose, and inhaling that goes right to the limbic area of your brain, and it's super effective. Where you have the 5 to 10 drops in your diffuser and it's diffusing in your whole room, and those drops are just not being all put out at once. And no, all 15 drops are not hitting your nose at once either when you're using a personal inhaler, but is much more concentrated. So that's the difference that I would suggest. You know, if you're trying to pick which one, that would be the reasons why to choose one over the other. Here is a great recipe for a linen spray, and this is really my #1 way to use this. You know, it is kind of a toss-up between this and an inhaler, but if you're having sleep issues, please use one of these blends in a linen spray. Spritz your pillow, spritz your bedding, particularly your pillow, because that's where your face is going to lay as you're trying to fall asleep, and that is going to be very effective for you. So you can add 12 drops to a 2-ounce spray bottle, or if you have, you know, basically it's 6 drops per ounce of spray bottle. I just happen to have, you know, a 2-ounce spray bottle that I was going by. You can fill to the neck with a hydrosol, water, or vodka. Of course, water's, you know, pretty available, pretty inexpensive, totally fine to use in your linen spray. Vodka dries more quickly, but it does have that strong smell, at least at first. Hydrosol is my #1 if you had to pick out of the 3. If you have any hydrosols available, particularly sandalwood or lavender, I actually made my linen spray with is 50% sandalwood and then 50% mixture of lavender and ylang-ylang hydrosols, and that's what I used as my base for my linen spray. And it's very, very effective. You do have those extra therapeutic properties that are found in the hydrosol that may not be found in the essential oil, and you're using them together, and it's very effective that way. The next recipe I have to share with you is for lotion. Now, I just said a few minutes ago, topical use is not going to be as effective as inhaling, and it's true. However, if you would like to use a sedative essential oil blend in your lotion and use it in conjunction with, say, the linen spray, or in conjunction with inhaling, you know, that is totally fine. It is totally acceptable, of course, to use this in a lotion. It's just not going to be as effective for you. And you can use this in a bath. Please, whenever you use essential oils in your bath, add it to a carrier oil and add it to bath salts. Adding to the carrier oil will allow the essential oils to be diluted because, as we know, oil and water do not mix. And even though you can add it to your running bath water to help disperse it, you know, after a while it could form on the surface of the bath. So at least if it does, it's going to be with that carrier oil, and you will not have, you know, as much risk for adverse reactions as you would if it was undiluted. That is just something that is really harsh. I actually had a PM a few days ago from a mom who added, I think, 10 drops of essential oil to the bath water. And we really recommend, even for adults, do not go above 5 drops. In fact, if you're using it with children, you can use, you know, 1, 2, or 3. That's totally fine. But she was adding 10 drops, and it was either peppermint or eucalyptus, and she set her baby in, and her baby got burns. She got really red, severe, irritated skin because the essential oils were floating on the surface of the bath, and she went to put her in, and they just touched her skin. So please add them to a carrier oil first to prevent that from happening, and then that will give you a diluted blend touching your skin. Now, I do want to add that essential oils are not going to be the only things that you can use for helping with sleep. If you are having serious issues, I highly suggest you go to the Sedative EOS page on my website and read more about insomnia. These orange glasses are ones that I started using in the evenings before I go to bed. Probably 2 hours before bed, I'm wearing these. And the reason why is because I'm surrounded, I have 3 monitors here that emit blue light. I have a desk lamp that I can actually turn. Actually, I need to add that link. I'm going to make a note to myself to add the link to that lamp, because I have a lamp right on my desk that I'm able to swap to more orange tinted and then also go to blue tinted. So I use the blue tinted during the day to help keep me awake, and I use the orange setting in the evening to help me to sleep. And if you go to my link, you will see I have a link to a Catch broadcast from Periscope from Chalene Johnson and Sean Stevenson, and they discuss blue light, how it affects your melatonin levels and how it can keep you awake. We need melatonin in the evening. I'm going to switch, hang on, I'm going to switch to me so I can talk to you. There we go. So we need melatonin in the evening to help us feel sleepy. And melatonin is great for a lot of things. One of which is, you know, to help us feel that sleep. And if we're bombarding ourselves with either our computer or our phones, you know, that's going to stop that melatonin from kicking in. And that could be why we have trouble sleeping. You know, I think a lot of us now are on our phones. You know, we lay in our bed, at least I did, and I'm using my phone for an hour, and I'm like, why am I not feeling sleepy? And it could very well be that it's that blue light that's hitting your eye. So please use these essential oils. They are effective. They're very effective. But you can also use them with lifestyle changes to help, you know, overall things be more effective for you. There's also a link I have on that page to Flux, which you can download on your desktop, and that will help you. It changes your screens. Basically, it starts to tint them orange, and it's not obnoxious. It's not like this orange, you know, it's very subtle. But when you download that, you can type in your zip code, and it will, at sundown, it will subtly start to just crank back on that blue and make it just a little bit more orange. It's not obnoxious at all. I have found it to be very easy to get used to. There's also an app that you can download for your Android phone. It's called Twilight. Flux you can also use on your iPhone, but you need to download the beta version of iPhone in order for that to work. What I have is I just have a little tinted screen that I got from my iPhone that I put on, and again, it's not obnoxious at all, but it helps cut down on that blue light. So, you know, these essential oils are great. Actually, that is something I neglected to have on here that I wanted to show you guys. Let me add these now. The testimonials that I have received this week. Let me find that for you really quick here. I can add a file, and these are going to be the testimonials, which you can find on my page, of people who have used this blend already and have seen results. And one of these might actually surprise you. It was, but let me add this one first. Let me switch over to that. So Leanne diffused Sandman all last night, and she slept all night. That's an uncommon occurrence for her these days, so it felt great. That is what Leanne told us in the group. So this blend worked. The Sandman blend is the one she used, and she felt great. And here is another testimonial from Lisa. Let me take this down so you can read the whole thing. Ding. She said, my husband goes to bed earlier than I do. I came into our room last night and he was snoring loudly. I decided to diffuse your Sandman blend to see if it would help to get him into a deeper sleep and help with the snoring. Guess what? I added 5 drops to a small diffuser in our room. By the time I finished my nighttime routine and went back into our bedroom, his snoring had stopped. I didn't hear anything the rest of the night from him. Thank you, Leah. So this is also great for snoring. So that is a really good thing to know if you have issues with snoring, or if somebody that you're with who is being obnoxious and snoring. This is also something that you can use. So that is really great. I'm really glad that they were able to give us that feedback on how this works. So if you guys have any questions, you can submit those now. There is a chat section. If you hover over on the left side, you can click on a chat area. There's also a Q&A area that you can select as well. If you have any questions about anything that I shared with you today, whether it's a recipe or whether it's a usage question or something related, whether it's, you know, tell me again, I just came in and what are those orange glasses about? You know, again, these I got, they're big and they go over my glasses, and that is why I got these. If you don't wear glasses, then you can get the more sunglasses style, But I like, though, how these wrap around the side, so it really stops that ambient blue light from hitting you on the sides, because that can really keep you awake as well. So are there any questions at all? I see there's a few of you on right now. Please feel free to type those in the group chat. And if not, then I can get off and this will be automatically uploaded to YouTube. So yay for me not having to have that extra step. So just as a reminder, we will be using Google Plus on Sunday instead of Blab for our lemon essential oil class. Lemon has a ton of uses, and I'm really excited to share with you all about lemon essential oil and how to use it safely, because there are some safety issues with lemon essential oil that people may or may not realize. So I cannot wait to discuss that next week. Okay, so it doesn't look like anyone has any questions. So I thank you so much for watching and for joining here live and for watching the replay. It's been a lot of fun. I kind of like this format a lot, where I'm able to, you know, swap to showing you my desktop and showing you those slides. It was really great feedback that you guys gave me a couple of weeks ago about, you know, wishing that you could see along with me what I'm talking about. And I think that's really effective. So I really appreciate. If you guys have any other feedback, please let me know. You know where to reach me on the Facebook group. If you're new and you do not know anything about our Facebook group, please go to usingeossafely.com/FB, and that will hit you right to our group and you can click to join. We have a huge group. We're over 33,000 members right now, and there's a lot of activity going over there, so please join and ask your questions. All right, so you guys all have a good rest of your day, and thanks again.